Colombia managed by an Argentinian, Nestor Lorenzo, a man capped 13 times by Argentina between 1988 and 1990. Also had a couple of seasons at Swindon Town after that. As Tagliafico goes down the left, gets passed into the box and is behind for a corner for Argentina. So the reigning Copa champions and World Cup champions in their third straight major final are on the attack early. That team for Nestor Lorenzo, who is yet to lose as manager of Colombia since taking over in June 2022. In goal, he's got Camilo Vargas. His one change comes at right back. He's enforced Crystal Palace's Daniel Munoz, sent off in the semi-final win over Uruguay, replaced by the experienced Santiago Arias. Davinson Sanchez and Carlos Cuesta are at centre half. Johan Mojica at left back. Richard Rios and Jefferson Lerma in midfield, with James Rodriguez ahead of them. Jean Arias, Liverpool's Luis Diaz, in support of Jean Cordoba. So Messi waiting to take this corner. A left foot right swinger, Rafael Klaus, a referee. Bit of pushing and shoving in the middle, but Messi eventually brings it in. Good header away. That was by Cordoba, the striker, back doing some defensive work, and James Rodriguez's clearance deflects off of Angel Di Maria and out for a goal kick. James, well, his club career maybe never quite took off the way he and the others perhaps thought it should or that it would. Playing his club football currently in Brazil with Sao Paulo, and fair to say he's not exactly setting the world alight over there, but my goodness me, he is a hero, nay, perhaps even a god in Colombian football. One of their all-time great players, James Rodriguez, and he has been orchestrating his side to just their third ever Copa America final, and their first since winning on home soil in 2001. And their only Copa title, the other one final beaten in 1975 by Peru. They're back here. Like I said, Nestor Lorenzo took over after the failed qualification campaign for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. He has not lost a game. That run stretching now 28 games, winning 22 of them, drawing 6. The last team to beat them was Argentina, of course, in 2022 World Cup qualifying, a 1-0 win that day. And of course the goal scored by Lautaro Martinez. That was in February 2022. Here's Colombia on the attack tonight. Rodriguez, James trying to get the ball under control on the edge of the box, but it's Lisandro Martinez of Manchester United who clears acrobatically in the edge of his own box. Ball over the top there now, looking for Alvarez to chase, but out comes Camilo Vargas, who plays his club football for Atlas in Mexico. David Ospina, formerly of Arsenal and Napoli amongst others, on the bench for Colombia. Vargas has been Nestor Lorenzo's number one in this tournament. Here's Richard Rios, the aggressive midfielder, holds off Tagliafico and plays a lovely ball the outside his boot. Now here's Luis Diaz, Liverpool man, left hand corner of the penalty. He's going to hit one right footed, tried to catch out Martinez at his near post, but the Aston Villa stopper with the blue and white dyed into the side of his head gets down to save fairly easily. If Diaz had waited and looked up, perhaps he had Johan Mojica busting a gut to get up outside him. James Rodriguez there was cleaning a bit of a rough and tumble from Enzo Fernandez, but nothing given by Rafael Klaus, and Emiliano Martinez's clearance kick there, trying to pick out Montiel, the right back, now back at Sevilla, having spent the last season on loan at Nottingham Forest. He can't keep it in, so that's a throw in. Argentina have won 25 of 43 meetings between these sides, just 9 wins for Colombia and 8 draws. I'd say the first time these two have ever met in a final. That's quite surprising to hear that. Here's Arias, the man, the one change from either side, in at right back. James, United, Jefferson Lerma, one of the two Crystal Palace men, the other of course Munoz, as I mentioned. We're watching somewhere in the stands now. Now Arias nods one down. There's a strike and it's wide, but I think there's a free kick given there. No, it wasn't. Jean Cordoba tried to scoop that one into the top corner. The run in behind from Santiago Arias, causing problems. Got it up above Tagliafico to nod a header across it. Jean Cordoba, he took it down his chest. Still had a lot of work to do, but the striker plays his club football in Russia for Krasnodar. Took it in his chest and scooped a volley wide. He's one of 3 Colombian players to have scored 2 goals in this tournament. Colombia the top scorers with 12. Oh, and a terrible giveaway there. And Rios has the ball in the box now for Colombia. James back to Lerma on the edge of the box now. Left hand corner of the box for Diaz. Followed out into the left corner by Montiel. A terrible pass there from Tagliafico, putting Argentina under pressure. But they've got back well and forced Diaz to go all the way back to the centre circle for Davinson Sanchez, former Tottenham man who left last summer and won a Turkish Super League with Galatasaray. Back with Lerma. And now back to Sanchez, centre half partner Carlos Cuesta. A really tight defence for Colombia, just 2 goals conceded. That's still one more than Argentina. They've only conceded the 1. It's a late equaliser in their penalty shootout quarter-final victory over Ecuador. Sanchez now to Cuesta back on the halfway line. And now it's John Arias. He's playing on the left or potentially the right. He and Diaz seem pretty interchangeable of that front 3, and it's Santiago Arias, another man playing his club football in Brazil, where Bahia. He is at right back, and here he is on the ball just inside his own half on the right touchline, and he wins a throw in off of another Liverpool man, and Alexis McAllister. So throw in to Colombia on the right hand side, just on halfway. 8 minutes gone here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. If you're just joining us, well, you haven't missed much. His supposed kick-off supposed to be 8 PM local time, pushed back to 9:15 PM after disturbances outside of the ground. Ticketless fans getting in, storming the gates, some sickening scenes, some calls for the game potentially not to go ahead, but it has. And we hope that everyone inside and outside the stadium are staying safe. And now here's Arias down the right hand side. He looks back for Diaz. He takes a tumble over Montiel, but no foul given. We'll come back now for Mojica. I'm not really sure whether he was trying to be cheeky and catch Emi Martinez off his line, but he was never going to do so from there. And just sends the ball long over the top and out for a goal kick. Okay, look at this one here. Santiago Arias getting a volleyed cross into the back post. Diaz tried to meet it with a volley, and Montiel at the back post, almost like a karate style kick, volleying it clear, and Diaz claiming that he sort of caught him in mid-air, but nothing doing, says our Brazilian official. It's a goal kick in the end, Argentina, after Mojica's long ball over the top, flicked on by, well, I'm not sure who it was, but actually Messi, above Davinson Sanchez. Bit of a height difference there, but Messi wins the flick on, but nobody in blue and white behind him. It's into the hands of the pink-shirted Camilo Vargas. Worth noting both sides in their home strip this evening. Argentina, blue and white striped shirt, white shorts, white socks. Colombia in their yellow shirt with red trim, blue shorts and red socks. And here comes Messi pinging a pass out to the right for Di Maria, and that ball's overhit slightly. Not often those two don't connect, but that one just a bit long for Angel Di Maria. Maybe 5 years ago he might have had the wheels to get on the end of that one, but just a bit long. I say his 145th and final cap it will be for Argentina. This appearance enough to tie the great Javier Zanetti for 3rd all time number of caps for Argentina. This for Lionel Messi is 187th. Just incredible. Di Maria scored in their last 2 finals, scored the winner, the only goal in the 2021 Copa final against Brazil, and was also on target in the 2022 World Cup final in Doha against France. Can he produce one more final moment of magic for his country before retirement? What a career he's had either way. Here's Arias now for Rios. Colombia midway inside the Argentinian half. Sanchez to James. Outside of the boot, back out to Richard Rios on the right touchline. Lured McAllister in there, but instead goes back to Sanchez, and Colombia with the ball on halfway with Davinson Sanchez, but Rios goes all the way back to Vargas, his goalkeeper, just outside the box, and they'll build from the back. Here's Cuesta. He has a look up and decides his best option is to go back to his goalkeeper, and Vargas chips one forward left footed. That's well won in the middle there by Enzo Fernandez, but his head only drops to Jefferson Lerma. Now here come Argentina down the right hand side. Santiago Arias loads room down the right, gets a cross in and volleyed behind by Lisandro Martinez, with Cordoba in behind him. The Manchester United defender had to deal with that, and he did, to his credit, but at the expense of a Colombian corner. And that new man down that right hand side, Santiago Arias, getting a lot of room, too much room I'd imagine for Lionel Scaloni's liking, and he's causing a bit of difficulty for the Argentinian defence. James Rodriguez over to take this corner, a left-footed in-swinger for the Colombian captain, the Colombian talisman, the man looked up to so much by the Colombian footballing public. He's got some yellow shirts to aim at in there. 12 minutes gone, 0-0. Rodriguez, left-footed in-swinger to the back post to peel away. It's flicked in and Martinez holds on to it. Oh, and all the way to the back post there to Cuesta, who nodded it back across, and I think it was actually Jefferson Lerma who sent the header goal bound, but a fairly routine save for Emi Martinez. A good set-piece move there by Colombia. You can see the plan. Cuesta peeling off to the back post and nodding back across, but Lerma was able to get up but not able to get enough power or direction on the header. Now here comes Di Maria down the right for Argentina, midway inside the Colombian half. There's Tagliafico now, comes central. Enzo Fernandez to Rodrigo de Paul, who has, well, not only cut his hair but gone for the bleach blonde. He has had that look before, but he's had that done since the semi-final against Canada. Messi, and then Alvarez, poor touch from him. McAllister tries to recover, but well run back by Rios. McAllister stayed down, but nothing doing, says the official, and Colombia play on. Go over halfway with Rios. Man on, as Argentina, it was Alvarez there, tried to get it back off him, but Colombia still have it with James. Poor pass though, and Argentina have it back now with De Paul. Atletico Madrid midfielder. His hair very much akin to the Romanian side of the 90s. Dan Petrescu, Georgi Hagi, famous bleach blonde. I say that Rodrigo de Paul for the whole tournament and for much of this season has had that long slick back hair, but got himself a fresh trim and a fresh dye for the final. Will it bring Argentina luck? Or should he have just stuck with the hair that has given Argentina 10 wins in a row? He gets a nice turn away there from Cordoba, but given away now in the middle to Lerma. Now here's Rios. He looked to have been tripped there by Alexis McAllister. He disagrees and lets Rafael Klaus know. And I think he might actually come back for a free kick closer to the centre of the pitch for the foul on James Rodriguez rather than the one from McAllister there on the right hand touchline. So yeah, the one from Enzo Fernandez as he tried to just hook his foot around almost to get that off James Rodriguez. So it's that foul as opposed to the one from McAllister on Rios. So it's a free kick to Colombia, who, after soaking out a bit of pressure in the opening 2-3 minutes from Argentina, being the better side. We're approaching the 15-minute mark here. The players soaked in sweat. It's still, despite it being after 9:30 local time in Miami, the temperatures are still over 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's still humid as you would expect on a July evening in South Florida. James Rodriguez left foot and John Arias' right foot with this one. It's around about 30 yards from goal, just right of centre. Rodriguez delivers it. It's too long though. He's looking for the run Luis Diaz, but Emi Martinez in green and yellow comes out of his box and claims comfortably. The Aston Villa goalkeeper, who will be playing Champions League football with his club side next season. As we get another look there at the one of Rios winning it off of McAllister closer to the Colombian box. Perhaps McAllister had a little bit of needle in his challenge, because Rios did catch him and the referee didn't see it, but Colombia comes steaming in the tackles. There's Diaz on Tagliafico, but away comes Alvarez and he runs into a bit of trouble there, and no free kick given. I think he just stumbled at the last and fell into the Colombian defender. Nothing given, says the referee. Now John Cordoba had a long way to go. John Arias actually had a long way to go, and there's wall one back there. Now Messi pings it over the top, looking in the box for the run of Di Maria into the gloves of Camilo Vargas instead. So Colombia certainly bringing the physicality here to the opening quarter of an hour or so in Miami. They're kicking off due to some unsavoury scenes, to say the least, outside the stadium. It's been a wonderful tournament, great support and some wonderful football played, but it has not been without its problems on and off the pitch. The heat, which of course nobody can control, the heat in the sort of afternoon, early evening games, some of the pitches are cutting up, and this tonight has been a A real dark stay in this tournament. In less than just under 2 years' time, it will be co-hosting with Canada and Mexico, but the majority of the games will be played in the US, and this has seen a bit of a dry run that has not gone well. If the Club World Cup goes ahead next year, the US is due to be hosting it too. Whether that happens or not, we shall see, but not good this evening. Let's hope everything is safe. Colombia have the ball now midway inside the Argentina half with Davinson Sanchez. Central to Lerma, who tries to thread in Cordoba. Good strong challenge there by Lisandro Martinez, puts Cordoba into the air, but the referee said he won the ball, so play on. And that's with DePaul. Back to Christian Romero, the Tottenham man. And Enzo Fernandez. Plenty of Premier League flavour in this Argentina side. Back with Romero. McAllister. Fernandez. Nice ball there into Di Maria. Di Maria back to Fernandez in the centre circle. Pings one out right to DePaul. Heavy touch there, invites Arias on, but he will keep it, but at the expense of a few yards, and it's back into midway inside his own half there for Christian Romero. Yes, Tagliafico on the left touchline, midway inside his own half again, and Argentina happy to keep the ball, but Colombia, seemingly quite happy to let them have it and just pass in front of them. Di Maria left flank right on halfway. A strange pass there back to Fernandez. Actually goes over his head and goes back to Eni Martinez on the edge of his own box. Right to DePaul on the right touchline, and he runs into the press of John Arias, and that's a throw into Argentina on the right midway inside their own half. And I'm sure Nestor Lorenzo will be happy with his side's efforts against the country of his birth. It's another throw to Argentina, this one slightly further up the line, as it's Gonzalo Montiel. And they actually scored the winning penalty in the shootout, of course, in the 2022 World Cup final. And that's a dreadful pass there from Rodrigo to Paul, and Angel Di Maria had to sprint all the way back to near his own penalty area to stop that one going out for a throw. So Argentina are keeping the ball, but it's certainly not overly pretty for the reigning Copa and World Cup champions. DePaul dinks one forward. That's more like it to Messi, who's just bouncing off defenders as he does so often. Lionel Messi. Time with Joan Mojica. Nice flick inside, but Luis Diaz didn't really read him, and Argentina have it back with Romero. Now McAllister midway inside his own half. Alexis McAllister in the right flank for Messi, who stumbles a little under pressure from Arias, and Colombia thought they should have had the throw on halfway on the right, but instead it's an Argentina thrower. Reports as well that Argentina players had to go out and rescue their families before this one from some of the chaos that happened outside. We're also seeing some fans there with literal fans, handmade fans, just cooling themselves down, and it's certainly a less than ideal situation here in this stadium. The heat, of course, can't be helped by anybody, but everything else going on inside the ground. Despite all that, Camilo Vargas, all in pink, all in a dark shade of pink, but he seems to be wearing almost like tights or leggings, and also a long sleeve shirt under his keeper's shirt, so everyone else's shirt is sticking to them. And I appreciate the goalkeepers perhaps not covering as much ground as the outfield players, but still not feeling the heat clearly. Colombia with the ball midway inside their own half. 22 minutes gone. Argentina 0, Colombia 0. The 2024 Copa America final live on Flash Score UK. I'm Mark Strange. Thanks for joining me. If you're a Spain fan tuning in, congratulations. Hope you enjoyed your evening. If you're an England fan, commiserations. Here we are back with Colombia. We're at the second final of the day. There's Diaz challenging there with, it's actually with his Liverpool clubmate Alexis McAllister, having a little grapple there on the left touchline midway inside the Argentina half. So free kick given in favour of the Albiceleste, and it will be Tagliafico who takes to McAllister. Enzo Fernandez to Rodrigo de Paul. Back to Lisandro Martinez, the Manchester United centre half, real cult hero and fan favourite at Old Trafford. There's Fernandez now, all the way back to Emiliano Martinez, and he goes to Lisandro from a left back position, has to get Tagliafico in. Colombia pressing high and force Tagliafico just to pump that one down the line. A hopeful ball, and it's going out for a throw in midway inside the Argentinian half, and Lionel Scaloni is out on the edge of his technical area, barking instructions with his arms aloft and asking his team, what are you doing? Not very Argentina-like, but Colombia have the throw, and Santiago Arias goes back to Davinson Sanchez, and now Carlos Cuesta, and all the way over to the left back, Joan Mojica. He's been named in one of the teams of the tournament. It will be a hot evening in Miami, but this game hasn't really heated up yet, and something worth noting if you've been following the Copa America closely. Ooh, and there's a through ball from Davinson Sanchez, flicked on by James, but nobody in yellow could react, and it was all the way through to Emi Martinez. If you've been following the tournament, any knockout game that's been level after 90 minutes has gone straight to penalties, but tonight, for the final only, extra time will be played. So we're not just going to go straight to penalties, so that could prolong the evening even further. Good header one there by Cuesta above Alvarez. Now Lerma nods it on, but well read by Tagliafico, and Argentina are back in possession. McAllister, Tagliafico over the halfway line on the left, brings Di Maria into play. He goes central looking for Messi, and Richard Rios, well read there. So he's a combative midfielder. Another Colombian playing his club football in Brazil with Palmeiras. Here's Luis Diaz playing his football in Merseyside. Left hand side cuts inside to James, and that's back with Mojica on halfway on the left flank. Today might end the two major summer international tournaments, but still plenty of international football to come. We'll keep you abreast of all the Olympic action, which gets underway at the end of next week from France. Some European and world talents on show then, and then, well, now that these international tournaments are over, or this one almost over, as Colombia go for the cross looking for Cordoba. There was Mojica, and headed behind by Lisandro Martinez. In fact, a goal kick given, despite Mojica and Cordoba's protest. The last touch does come off the Colombian striker above Lisandro Martinez, saying there, once the Olympics are over, well, then we're into Community Shield, and the Premier League is back. Most European leagues back the weekend of the 16th, 17th, 18th of August. It's just a month away. Quite incredible. Teams will also be starting their pre-season friendlies and pre-season tours. Many of them coming out here to the States, as is traditional, including Chelsea and Man City, as Arias heads away there from Di Maria. Won by Sanchez, right hand side, midway inside his own half, goes down the line and finds James in space there. He goes infield to Lerma, heavy touch there, nearly runs into the referee, but manages to get away to Mojica. Now on the left hand side into the Argentinian half with Luis Diaz. He's just coming drifting in field, and nobody in blue and white picking him up, so he continues. Now Santiago Arias on the right hand side, midway inside the Argentinian half. Good pressure from Tagliafico, that's now with Cuesta on halfway. Cuesta to Lerma. Left hand touchline there for Mojica, back to Lerma. Lovely touch by Diaz. Oh, nice one touch football from Colombia. James there in, but a good press on him from Enzo Fernandez, forces him out wide. Oh, lovely skill from Richard Rios, gets past Tagliafico, gets a cross in and away, high up into the air by Lisandro Martinez, and it's flicked away by Di Maria with a free kick regardless. Joan Cordoba slid in there on Lisandro Martinez, and he's going to pick up the first booking of the day. And bad news for Manchester United fans, Lisandro Martinez has stayed on the ground. Martinez and Cordoba both went for that ball from Richard Rios. Cordoba sliding and took out Martinez, and I was trying to see there if he took like a standing leg or he jarred a knee. I couldn't quite see, so hopefully it's nothing too serious. But first booking of the day for John Cordoba, who wafts a rather unimpressed hand in the air in the direction of the referee. James Rodriguez, I think, trying to plead a case, but Rafael Klaus has said no, that's a booking. But Sandro Martinez, who of course had a very injury hit season with Manchester United, and the Colombian bench, I think, is trying to plead the case for Cordoba. Let's have another look here. He's just stretching for it, and he catches Martinez's left foot or left ankle as he sort of side footed that ball clear. It was good clearance from Lisandro Martinez, getting a bit of the magic spray on that left ankle, but he seems to be in some degree of pain, but nothing dirty about it at all from Cordoba, just throwing himself across. But wonderful work in the build-up to it from Richard Rios to flick it away from Nicola Tagliafico, go down the right touchline, and whipped a good cross in that was well dealt with, to his credit, by Lisandro Martinez. Plenty of spray being used. I hope the Argentinian physios have brought spare, because that's probably most of that can done. It looks like he is going to be okay, getting help to his feet. Let's see how he's walking on it. Just tying his laces and walking a little bit gingerly, but I don't think it's going to impair him from this game. So Manchester United and, well, Argentina fans, but any Manchester United fans listening, fear not, it appears your tough as nails centre half is going to be okay. Excuse me. We've played 28 minutes now here in Miami. The atmosphere in the stadium, who I can see, seems fairly jovial. Let's hope that's the case elsewhere. I'll try and get some updates at half time for you with regards to that. In case you're not aware, my apologies again. A tickle in the throat there. If you're not aware of the awful scenes outside the stadium before the game of ticketless fans forcing their way into Hard Rock Stadium, which has led to some fans with legitimate tickets not being able to access the stadium, or getting in and finding their seats are taken, and some fans sitting in the aisles. So let's hope the atmosphere, as it appears to be jovial, stays that way, as Angel Di Maria and Santiago Arias both go for a header there, and the Argentina man lands fairly heavily, but no free kick given. It's back with Colombia now, as a header clear from Tagliafico lands at the feet of Jefferson Lerma. So we're also going to have a bit of an extended half time, as a performance in one of Colombia's most famous exports, Shakira. A Super Bowl-esque half-time performance, and that will extend half-time even further. And, well, not looking good for my bedtime, I'll tell you that much, but delighted to be here with you, even if it is slightly later than what I anticipated. Here's back with Camilo Vargas. Half an hour gone in the 2024 Copa America final. It's been, well, if it was a boxing match, you'd probably edge it with points to Colombia so far, but neither side have really landed a significant punch on the other. As Luis Diaz keeps that ball, lovely skill, flicks it away from DePaul. Now, midway inside the Argentinian half, that ball was running towards the touchline, but Luis Diaz not only beat Rodrigo DePaul to the ball, but a lovely flick inside to Mojica, and now it's with the captain, the talisman, James Rodriguez, midway inside the Argentinian half, stands up Enzo Fernandez and goes out left to John Arias. Back to Mojica, left hand side near the halfway line. Arias. And Diaz faced up by DePaul again. He's beaten DePaul again, gets the ball into Cordoba. Big strong striker holding off the defence on the edge of the box. James over the top looking for Diaz. Cordoba laid it into James there, and he looked for the first time flick over the top to Diaz running in behind, but well read by the Argentina defence. But that's a poor challenge there by Enzo Fernandez. Advantage played over Rafael Klaus. Now Rios on the edge of the box, a heavy touch, and advantage is over. Colombia couldn't take advantage of that. Here's Di Maria, who seems to have recovered from his blow there, and they're coming together, he and Santiago Arias, and now there's a free kick given against James there, despite his protestations and his look of disbelief at the referee. He had a hold of Angel Di Maria's shirt there, whether he liked it or not. Fairly minimal, but enough for the free kick. And we've played 32 minutes here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, home of the Miami Dolphins of the NFL. And it is still goalless between Argentina and Colombia. And if you're just joining us and wondering why we're on so late here, because of some very scary and disappointing pre-match scenes outside the stadium of fans trying to get their way in. A long-range effort there out of nowhere. Good grief from Jefferson Lerma, an absolute pile driver just wide of Emi Martinez's post. I think it might actually have taken a nick off an Argentina player on the way through. Lerma, bit of space and just unleashed an effort there. And oh, what a save from Martinez. I'm not sure whether that's creeping inside the post or not, but the Villa keeper wasn't to know, and he just gets a little flick wide. Lerma, who scored the only goal, the winner in the semi-final against Uruguay, almost giving Colombia the lead there again. There's a corner. Good stop from Emi Martinez. Now James Rodriguez take a left foot right swinger, but if he wants a word with Gonzalo Montiel and Carlos Cuesta, who are getting a little bit up close and personal. And there's James, good delivery out, swinger, header won by Cordoba, but it deflects all the way back out to James, who gets another one in. That one's straight into the gloves of Emi Martinez, who will just slow things down here a little bit for Argentina. And then right footed sends one long over the top, and I don't think the referee is happy with something here on 34 minutes. And in fact, he's going to make Emi Martinez take that again. Saw a little bit of movement there from some of the police and security inside the ground, but it seems to be everything in order, but we shall see. Fingers crossed it stays like that. I just want to thank you for joining us here all summer for commentaries on every Euros game and every Copa America game, or select Copa America games, every knockout game. It's been a pleasure having you along with us for this wonderful summer of football. As I said, it's not over yet. You may not have, we've have all your match reports and live updates from the Olympics before domestic football returns in just under a month's time. And here's Messi, midway inside the Colombia half, pass blocked by Lerma. Argentina have certainly kept Messi quiet here. Still 10 minutes to go until the break. You're listening to live 2024 Copa America final action from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. I'm Mark Strange for Flash 4 UK. Well, 35 minutes is Argentina 0, Colombia 0. Left hand corner of the penalty area for Di Maria, back to Tagliafico. Argentina on the attack. Di Maria looking for the run of Tagliafico, where Rios tracked him, but it's infield and McAllister looking to link up with Messi. Messi's now in space in the box here. He gets a left footed shot. Messi forced wide. Good defence by Colombia. It's gone behind. Who's the last touch off? It's going to be a goal kick, but Messi has collided with the advertising hoardings. He and Santiago Arias, the two of them went and into the advertising hoardings, and Messi has just rolled and writhed in agony to make sure he's back on the pitch to slow things down. It was he and Arias that went all the way. I think Arias had caught his ankle that sent him into the advertising hoarding behind the pitch, but good defensive work there from Colombia to force Messi wide. And he just about kept the ball in, but he couldn't steer it into the box, so we're behind for a goal kick. But as I said, he must have been in so much pain that he just started writhing towards the pitch to make sure the referee had to stop it, because if he lies behind the goal line, well, Rafael Klaus has no real remit to stop the game if he doesn't want to. So Messi now getting a bit of treatment from the physios, and he's not looking overly happy laying on Messi. That left ankle, so his right ankle is. He's getting some of the magic spray that Lisandro Martinez, his teammate, got there a few moments ago. So I'd say we'll have a decent chunk of added time at the end of this first half, but it is hot and sticky out there in Miami, as you would expect on a July night in South Florida. Messi, well, initially I thought maybe it was just more of a ploy to slow the game down, but he's lying flat on his back, hands across his face. Turned down the referee's up for to help him to his feet. He's now sitting up. And the Argentinian medics are still working with him. As I said, he got space in the box and Colombian defence forced him wide to the point where he could do nothing but give up the goal kick. But Santiago Arias went out there with him and slid into the tackle, which appears to have caught his ankle, but also forced him into the advertising hoardings around the side of the pitch. So I'm not really sure which hurt him more, but he is back on his feet, but is limping fairly heavily and grimacing. So we shall see if he does come back on. If he does, will he last? So that'll be, well, it goes without saying, a massive blow for Lionel Scaloni. His namesake, Mr. Messi, can't continue. But for Colombia, they're back underway with that goal kick that their good defensive work earned them. Here's Mojica, left hand side, midway inside his own half. Back to Cuesta, and now, as he does so often, Lionel Messi. Stage of Ange Postecoglou's reign, and I hadn't really been playing much before that, but went to Turkey with Galatasaray and won a Super League title. Dramatic style, a point above their rivals Fenerbahce. Messi is back on the pitch, by the way, and Argentina have possession there with Di Maria. And here's Messi, left hand side on halfway. Didn't even attempt to run though, just quite happy to roll it back to Enzo Fernandez. Now here it is with Christian Romero, De Paul, and Fernandez under pressure at Cordoba. He needs to be careful, the only man on a booking, the Colombian striker. And here's Messi, back to McAllister, holds off Lerma. Midway inside his own half is Enzo Fernandez, now Rodrigo De Paul. He's past John Arias and continues on his way. Here's Lerma though, wins it back for Colombia. Arias to, oh, lovely little dummy there. And Mojica down the left hand side. Mojica into the corner, gets a cross in. It's just too long for Cordoba, but Santiago Arias will keep it in the far side, beats Di Maria, gets it back there to Rios, who dummies. Tagliafico gets it in, and the header won there by John Arias, but that header took a bounce before landing the gloves of Martinez. And we're going to look at Lionel Messi, who's still feeling that right ankle. He's about 5 minutes plus stoppage time until half time. I would imagine there'll be a decent chunk, as both Messi and Lisandro Martinez were down injured for a while, so we shall see what Rafael Klaus thinks. And in the meantime, that was a dreadful pass from Alexis McAllister, straight into touch, right hand touchline on the halfway line. And as we hit the 40-minute mark here in Miami, you have to wonder just how much that delay in kick-off has affected these two teams. I know it's a final, I know it's tense, but speaking of tense, Lisandro Martinez is starting to warm up with a little bit of vigour there, so perhaps Lionel Messi not a healthy boy. Now the ball comes back into Rios, who drills one hard and low, but Martinez saw it all the way and could throw with cap on that one. I was saying the late kick-off time maybe has had an effect on the players' preparations. They went in and out for warm-up at least twice, maybe even 3 times. I'm not sure, but it's bound to have an impact. But also the two good sides and a tense final here. But things should be getting more tense for Argentina, as Lionel Messi, a seemingly innocuous coming together than he and Santiago Arias at the Colombian goal line, appears to have impacted the Inter Miami forward and Argentina captain perhaps more than we realised initially. Now here's Di Maria, left hand side, midway inside the Colombian half. Back in field to McAllister, who then spreads it out right to De Paul. He leaves it for Messi, he takes over. Messi now to Montiel, right hand corner of the penalty area, faced up by Mojica. Tries to get the cross in, well blocked. He claims handball, but Lerma will clear, and now Diaz comes away for Colombia. Diaz gets away from De Paul. Good challenge, though, good recovery from him. He went in between De Paul and Fernandez, and the Atletico Madrid midfielder with a Good dogged challenge there on Liverpool man. There's Di Maria, nice switch ball for Messi. Wasn't in the same wavelength. Sanchez gets it away, but Di Maria robs Arias. So Argentina perhaps wanting to finish this first half on top. Enzo Fernandez, good ball out in the right hand touchline. Finds Montiel on the attack, blocked by Mojica, claiming handball again, but nothing doing. And again it's Lerma who comes away. Bit of deja vu there. He'll leave it for James, who chips into space waiting for Rios. A little bit asking a bit much of the Palmeiras midfielder, and Angel Di Maria, showing even in his last international game at the ripe old age of 36 he can still get around the pitch by winning that one back. And here's Enzo Fernandez to Rodrigo de Paul. Back to Lisandro Martinez, and Tagliafico on the left touchline. He plays his club football at Lyon. Tagliafico, the one to run here, away from 3 Colombian defenders. He goes down, he wins a free kick. Some good direct running from Nicolas Tagliafico, and Santiago Arias could be joining his teammate in the book here. He was with an elbow from the Colombian right back on Tagliafico that brought him down. Just went in a straight run, got away from Rios. Sort of got sandwiched between Arias and Lerma, and Arias it wasn't quite an elbow. He didn't plant the elbow like a punch, but he sort of leaned his elbow into Nicola Tagliafico. Certainly a free kick, but Rafael Klaus decides it's not worth a card. So De Paul and Messi are over this free kick. Messi appears to be okay. I saw him say Lautaro Martinez, who's on course to win the Golden Boot here at the Copa America, despite not starting either the semi-final or final. Just shows the options available to Lionel Scaloni. So it's around 30 yards from goal, roughly in line with the left-hand edge of the 18-yard box. It's going to be either the left foot of Lionel Messi or the right of Rodrigo de Paul. Hands on hips for de Paul. Messi certainly looks more likely to take it. He does. Left-footed delivery, flicked on over the top, though in the end there. That was it was actually Tagliafico himself, the man who won the free kick. Fullback getting forward, making the run in there. Won a good header in between 2 yellow shirts, but couldn't keep it down, and Colombia will survive that set piece as we approach the last minute of the first half here in Miami. A goalless one. The two teams have traded tentative blows, but neither one has been able to land a substantial punch on the other. We'll see what sort of added time we'll have. Like I said, it's probably, I would imagine, at least 3 minutes because of the injury stoppages for Lisandro Martinez and Lionel Messi. James now inside Argentina half on the left to Mojica. Lovely little ball inside there to Arias. Cordoba, tried to get it back for Arias, well read by Romero, and De Paul will come away with it for Argentina. That's a dreadful pass, that's not like him, given away to Santiago Arias. And now here's Rios. John Arias sells James a bit short, and De Paul catches James. For a minute there, look, the referee played on, everyone sort of stopped, but free kick it is to Colombia, midway inside the Argentina half, just left of centre. He got away with one there. It was a poor pass from John Arias to James Rodriguez, but Rodrigo de Paul bails him out, and that's another poor pass, but was it kept in? No, I thought Arias kept it in. So a scrappy end of the first half from both teams here, the scrappy end of the 45 anyway, which we're now over. Only 1 minute. I'm shocked at that one. Maybe the referee he's had enough of the delays already, and he knows we're going to have a Shakira concert here very shortly, so he just wants to get in and out, no messing about. As Enzo Fernandez holds off James for a throw-in to Argentina on the right, just inside their own half, and the players are drenched in sweat. As I said, it is a hot night here in Miami, as you would expect in South Florida in July. Shirts sticking to players and sweat dripping from them. I'd imagine there'll be a few changes at half time in shirts, that is. Now here comes Argentina on the attack as Julian Alvarez almost robbed Carlos Cuesta there, and he pickpocketed the big Colombian centre half, but it was his defensive partner Davinson Sanchez who bailed him out. That's a little bit of a cheeky tackle there from Jefferson Lerma on Alexis McAllister, not one that Rafael Klaus, the referee, chooses to punish, and it is half time. So a goalless first half at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami in the 2024 Copa America final. I say a moment ago the two sides have traded tentative blows without really landing a punch in each other. John Cordoba's come closest for Colombia. Argentina have a few dangerous set pieces, but the biggest concern for them is The knock picked up by Lionel Messi. We're getting a look at him walking off the pitch here now. Seems to be okay, but we did have Lautaro Martinez warming up. We'll see if he returns for the second half, which you can hear live here on Flash Score UK with me, Mark Strange. But for now, it's half-time, an extended half-time as it appears, the half-time concert. So join me shortly. But it's at the moment Argentina 0, Colombia 0. Who can find from the halftime performance from Shakira. Perhaps the Argentinian fans not overly impressed there at having a Colombian out on the pitch at halftime, but I'm sure that was booked long before we knew who was going to be in the final. That's created an extended halftime break for the players, a game where already they're about an hour 15, hour 20 behind schedule at this stage, barring extra time. The game should have been long finished and the trophy presented, but as it is, we're just getting underway for the second half here. The 2024 Copa America final between Argentina and Colombia. A goalless first half where neither side really taking the advantage. A little bit niggly first half. And we are just about ready underway. Colombia playing right to left, yellow shirts, red trim with blue shorts and red socks. Argentina light blue and white striped shirts, white shorts and white socks. Our Brazilian referee Rafael Klaus blows his whistle and we're back underway here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. It's the 2024 Copa America final, second half. I'm Mark Strange here live for Flash Score UK. Davinson Sanchez bombs it long straight into the gloves of Emi Martinez. The full lineups for Argentina: it's Emi Martinez in goal, back four Gonzalo Montiel, Christian Romero, Lisandro Martinez and Nicola Tagliafico. Midfield three in Enzo Fernandez, Rodrigo de Paul and Alexis McAllister. Front three of Angel Di Maria playing his last game for Argentina regardless of the result. Lionel Messi and Julian Alvarez. Messi took a bit of a blow to the ankle there late in the first half and was limping somewhat. We saw Lautaro Martinez getting ready, but no sign of the Interman yet, and Messi is still out there. For Colombia then it's Camilo Vargas in goal, back four Santiago Arias, Davinson Sanchez, Carlos Cuesta and Johan Mojica. Midfield then of Richard Rios, Jefferson Lerma, James Rodriguez, and a front three then of John Arias, Luis Diaz and John Cordoba, the only man to be booked so far for a rather late foul on Lisandro Martinez. So of course, if you haven't seen social media, you're maybe wondering why we're so late here. Well, social media will tell you all. It's been a disastrous event outside the stadium. Ticketless fans making their way in as Alvarez tries to cross for Di Maria, but Vargas comes out of his goal. Ticketless fans swarming the stadium, breaking down barricades. I've seen pictures and videos at half time here of Colombian fans climbing through vents in the stadium to try and get into the ground, and climbing fences, walls, breaking escalators, breaking glass doors to get in. At one point there was a bit of fear of crowd crush outside the stadium, which of course is just brings back horrible memories. Really terrifying, deplorable scenes as James puts the ball in for Cordoba, comes to the back post and whistled wide by Santiago Arias, the right back. That's the first chance of the second half there for Los Cafeteros. A good ball in from James Rodriguez, flicked on in the end by John Cordoba. The Arias at the back post, Tagliafico got sucked in, and the right back in for the suspended Daniel Munoz, who had a very solid first half, whistles his shot wide of the far post. So first chance of the second half goes the way of Nestor Lorenzo's Colombia. Seen many stories too of fans who paid up to, people saying they paid up to $2,000 a ticket and couldn't get in. Security wouldn't let them in, and fans who did get in with tickets but found that ticketless fans were already in their seats and people sitting in aisles and stairs. It's just a disaster, and so far, touch wood, we haven't really seen anything in the way of injuries, certainly not serious ones, as Messi tries to flick it on for McAllister. He's in here now and he flicks away from Vargas. Vargas comes out of his goal, blocks Di Maria's effort, and it spins away from everybody. Rios and McAllister challenging left hand corner of the box, and as Richard Rios will come away from it for Colombia, the ball just wouldn't sit for Alexis McAllister or Angel Di Maria there. And in the end, Camilo Vargas, who was caught in a little bit of no man's land, gets away with it. And there's a free kick to Argentina, despite Rios on the ground and Enzo Fernandez giving him a piece of his mind there. It's a bit of a spicy start to the second half. It's a lovely flick by Julian Alvarez, and McAllister nips it away from Arias. Vargas comes out of his goal and sort of gets there, but doesn't really. But he did force the issue, and neither McAllister nor Di Maria could turn the ball goal bound. So both sides are having sightings of goal in the opening 4 minutes of this second half, as Argentina 15-time winners of the Copa America. Colombia Winners just once back in home soil 23 years ago, 2001. First time these two had ever met in a final, despite this being Argentina's 30th final appearance in Copa America. Quite incredible, and they're going for a unprecedented treble of Copa, World Cup Copa, after winning the 2021 version of the Copa America in Brazil, beating the hosts 1-0 in the final, and then winning the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. And now they're back, and they are, while for many it's certainly on paper compared to some of the wonderful Argentinian teams of the past, this maybe won't go down in some regard as one of their best ever teams. Certainly the history books don't lie. This Argentina side will go down in history. Number 1 in the world under Lionel Scaloni, and going for a Copa, World Cup Copa treble, never done before, not even by great Brazil sides of the past, as Colombia get underway here despite the fact that Christian Romero is down hurt, and in the end Rafael Claus will call us back as the Tottenham centre half lies prone basically right on the halfway line. So holding his rib, pelvis area. He went up for a header there with Luis Diaz, and the Liverpool man was backed into him slightly, and he caught Romero in the ribs or lower abdomen. He seems to be okay to get underway, and Colombia now do get play going here with Cuesta, 1-2 with Sanchez, the two centre halves for Colombia. You can see just 2 goals in the whole tournament. One in the 2-1 win over Paraguay in the first group game, and then a 1-1 draw with Brazil in their final group game. Luis Diaz is down here. In between that, they beat Costa Rica 3-0, beat Panama 5-0 in the quarterfinals for a 1-0 win over Uruguay in the semis. And we'll see what's wrong with Luis Diaz here. Argentina's route to the finals has been bookended with 2-0 wins over Canada, first in the opening group game and then the semi-final. And Sandro Martinez, a bit of a Manchester United-Liverpool rivalry there, as Diaz came across in to try and win the header. Martinez sort of, don't know if he knew exactly where Diaz was, but he stuck an arm out and almost stiff-armed him to the chin, but the Liverpool man is up and okay. The man who shared the 2021 Golden Boot of the Copa with Lionel Messi. Now there's a ball to the top, looking for Di Maria. Sanchez is strong though, and just gets his body in between he and Di Maria. Gives it back to Vargas, who is actually was an offside given. I wondered why the Colombian goalkeeper's a little bit too calm there, but it's offside given against Di Maria in the end. Yeah, you can see it, he strayed beyond Arias, but good defensive work from Sanchez regardless. And here he is, Davinson Sanchez. So his centre half partner Carlos Cuesta. As this sends one forward looking for Cordoba, it's way too long. Martinez comes out to get it. Colombia on a 28 game unbeaten run, 22 wins in that time. Their last loss was a 2022 World Cup qualifier in February of that year, 1-0 to Argentina, a tournament they didn't qualify for. At the end of that campaign they brought in Nestor Lorenzo, and he has transformed Los Cafeteros, a man who was assistant for Colombia in 2019 and then brought in as a full-time manager a couple of years ago, just over 2 years ago. As I mentioned, the first half, a man who was capped 13 times by Argentina in the late 80s, early 90s, and had a brief spell Swindon Town as well. Nestor Lorenzo in the early 90s. Now here comes Cordoba. Argentina, though, since losing 2-0 to Uruguay in a World Cup qualifier back in November 2023, they've won 10 in a row in between friendlies and all competitions, so something has to give tonight. Here's James to John Arias, left corner of the penalty area, has Mojica overlapping. He's going to try and curl one and never brought it round. He's claiming a corner, which he'll get actually. He took a nick on the way through. He's quite lucky there, John Arias, because that effort was never going to trouble Emi Martinez, but in the end it's a set piece for Colombia. 54 minutes gone in Miami. Argentina 0, Colombia 0. Hard Rock Stadium here, home of Miami Dolphins of the NFL, and University of Miami Hurricanes will also play some of their games here. Their season starting the end of next month. Good delivery from James. Header back cross goal by Cordoba. No. Up went Jefferson Lerma, was it? No, Davinson Sanchez. It was the two of them went for it, but it was Sanchez who got the head onto. Deep delivery to the back post. Cordoba up, and Sanchez ended up just over the shoulders really of, it was Alexis McAllister. It was indeed that. We've seen that not for the first time tonight, Colombia, with Big John Cordova peeling away to the back post from either a free kick or a corner to head back across goal and cause a bit of carnage, and that time Davinson Sanchez certainly did a bit of collateral damage there. Nicola Taliafico feeling the side of his head, but I think he's okay. 10 minutes into the second half though, was Sanchez's header. Couldn't keep it down, and we're still goalless here in this final. I was going to call it a showpiece event, but there's nothing that US Soccer nor CONMEBOL nor Miami-Dade Police will want to showcase about this one. Here's Argentina now on the ball. Haven't seen much from Lionel Messi in this half, but of course you don't need to. He just needs one moment of magic. Here he is on the ball on halfway, immediately closed down by Lerma, so he'll roll it to his left to Di Maria, who spins one out to the far side for Montiel. Colombia out shooting Argentina here 11-4, but without really troubling Emi Martinez too much. Some routine saves to the Aston Villa stopper as John Arias fouls Rodrigo de Paul on the right touchline. And you wonder now, will either Lionel Scaloni or Nestor Lorenzo look to their bench here with just over 10 minutes gone here in the second half, and really neither side looking more likely than they did in the first to make the breakthrough. De Paul run through for Alvarez, but Sanchez will hoof clear. Crucial header on by Romero. There's Cordoba trying to get in behind, but James nods it in the path of Luis Diaz, left hand side, midway inside the Argentinian half. He's surrounded by De Paul and Alvarez, and in the end Diaz fouls Alvarez right on the right touchline. Actually Gonzalo Montiel in the end, who ends up on the ground. There's a couple of Argentinian players around him, so free kick to the Albiceleste. Good pressing there between De Paul and Montiel. So the bleached blonde and short hair of Rodrigo De Paul. He'd been playing a long slick back ponytail for most of the season and through the Copa America. Perhaps after some of his play acting caused a bit of a kerfuffle in the semi-final with Canada. He really wanted to go a bit more incognito and really change his ways, but he certainly wasn't very popular among the Canadian soccer faithful. Great tournament for Canada though, but ended up with a fourth place finish after losing last night's third place playoff to Uruguay and penalties. Di Maria down the left touchline, gets away from Arias, header won by McAllister, blocked by Cuesta, claims the handball, but it'll come back to McAllister, dinks it to Fernandez in the edge of the box, can't get the shot away, gives it to Messi. What can he do? Lovely pass, Montiel cuts it back, and it went through the legs of Cuesta, but cleared away behind him by Sanchez, and Colombia survive for now anyway. Here's De Paul looking for Messi, well read by Cuesta. Montiel tries to win it over Mojica, but again there's Carlos Cuesta to volley clear. Not out for a throw in, no, says the referee and linesman. Neither was that one, no. Play on, so Argentina have it again halfway. Alexis McAllister on the left touchline for Di Maria, as he's still so devastating. He cuts in his side, he left footed shot, well saved by Vargas, and that's the first real chance of the second half for Argentina that has forced Camilo Vargas into a save. I said Angel Di Maria, he's so dangerous cutting in off that left. I also think looking back there perhaps that Carlos Cuesta got away with one. I said that when McAllister's header was blocked, it looked like a hand from the Colombian centre half, but play on it was. But good save there from Camilo Vargas to tip Angel Di Maria's effort around the post. So it's going to be a left footed in swinging corner from who else? Lionel Messi, number 10, who seems to have recovered from their other agricultural challenge from Santiago Arias late in the first half. Left footed in swinger from Messi, and good header away at the front post there by John Arias. And now away come Colombia. The Argentinian bench claiming there, I'm not sure what for. I didn't quite catch anything. That looks a free kick certainly. Yep, it is, against Jefferson Lerma for a body check on Angel Di Maria, and all of a sudden things are getting a little bit feisty on the bench. Lionel Scaloni is certainly heating up here, and both benches having words with each other and with the officials. Still not quite sure what the Argentinian bench was getting a little bit hot under the collar for from the corner. They were certainly already in a bad mood before Lerma cut across Di Maria and gave him a bit of a body check. So maybe we'll see a replay as to what angered Lionel Scaloni so much there. Argentinian fans now bouncing all of a sudden. The game in the first half was fairly quiet, fairly uneventful, but as we hit the hour mark here, both sets of fans making plenty of noise, a little bit feisty. Let's hope again, as I mentioned earlier, that everyone's staying safe inside and perhaps even still outside the stadium here in South Florida. So the free kick is fairly central, around 35 yards out. Colombia not even bothering at the wall, both Rodrigo de Paul and Lionel Messi standing hunched over, hands on their knees, discussing their options here. Yellow shirts and blue and white shirts lined up on the edge of the box, and Messi will dink it in towards him. Powerful header away there though by Sanchez. Fernandez will come back and get it, and goes all the way back to it's Montiel in the centre circle, and he in turn goes back to his goalkeeper Martinez, who's out to the edge of the box. Still a hot and humid night in Miami. Although it's getting closer to maybe 10 to 11 local time in Miami. It's still a hot and sticky evening as Colombia come forward here. They try to unstick the Argentinian defence. Here's Diaz. It's away from Montiel. When it comes to Rios, edge of the box. Good strong challenge him, and McAllister. Rios is so strong and combative. He holds him off and finds Arias on the right touchline. Arias into Cordoba inside the penalty area. Looks for the flick back to Arias. Didn't quite make it, but it will make it to James via an Argentinian defender. But he can't control, and Argentina will come away. Now here's Di Maria trying to outpace Davinson Sanchez. That's easier said than done. He's a big, strong, athletic defender as Davinson Sanchez, and there's a foul there on James by Alexis McAllister. And as we've played 61 minutes now at Hard Rock Stadium, still goalless, but this game's starting to hot up, and the Liverpool midfielder Alexis McAllister will become the first Argentina player to go into Rafael Claus's notebook, joining Colombia's John Cordoba from the first half. Just a little bit of a professional foul on James Rodriguez, and perhaps as well the accumulation of fouls by his side, and McAllister the unfortunate one to receive the card. So a free kick to Colombia, right hand touchline, basically right on the touchline, midway inside the Argentinian half. It's going to be the left foot of James Rodriguez to deliver, much like the free kick at the other end. Yellow shirts and blue and white shirts lined up along the edge of the box, along the edge of the D and the 18-yard box. Messi makes up the one-man wall, a very short wall it must be said, so James will be disappointed if he manages just to hit that one. So indeed he does get the ball in there, but well dealt with by Argentina, away by Romero. Back in by Rios, comes back to Lerma, 25 yards out, blasts one, but always rising from Jefferson Lerma. And that one, Argentina will survive that set piece, but let's say Alexis McAllister becomes the first Argentina player to be cautioned by Rafael Claus. Brazilian who did make it to the final, a terribly disappointing tournament for the Selecção under Dorival Jr., beaten by Uruguay on penalties in the quarter-final after a rather unconvincing group stage. And they certainly will have much to ponder. Their World Cup qualifying campaign not going great either. They sit in 5th in the group going into this tournament, and well, you can imagine perhaps that Dorival may be under a little bit of pressure. We shall see. Here's Luis Diaz coming forward now. Good strong challenge by Enzo Fernandez. There's an Argentina player down and hurt, but play continues. John Arias. It's a ball into the back post. A diving header cleared by Tagliafico. Desperate there when he goes to Arias. Deflected there from Lerma, and Arias is happy to let it spin behind for a corner. And that Argentina player down is Lionel Messi. We said in the first half that he had taken a blow to the ankle. This one here appears to be more in his midriff or his ribs, maybe. Maybe it is his ankle actually, it's hard to tell. He had a bit of a coming together with... We didn't have a coming together. Messi appears to just have tripped. Now, one of the issues raised by players and by everyone else watching really was the quality or their lack of some of the surfaces here at this tournament. Now, a lot of the stadiums used by either college or NFL, American football teams, or in this case with Hard Rock Stadium, both. So the surface has been relayed. As we look at Messi getting treatment here, you can actually see some of the lines where the surface has been relayed. I don't know maybe whether he has tripped or rolled an ankle there. Either way, whether it's for him or not, the number 15 shirt of Fiorentina's Nicolas Gonzalez is going to come on here for Lionel Scaloni's men, but I have a feeling that Lionel Messi's Copa America final may be over here on 65 minutes. He had that coming together with Santiago Arias at the end of the first half that he appeared to shake off, but as he went to chase down Luis Diaz there, he tripped or rolled his ankle on the turf, and he's limping off quite heavily here. I think in the first half it was his right ankle. I'm not sure what leg this one is, truthfully, but it appears indeed that it's the number 10 going up on the board for Argentina as the hands rain down, the worshipful hands, and the chants of Messi, Messi from the Argentina fans. And well, as I said, he hasn't announced anything pre-tournament like Angel Di Maria did, but at age 37, this is his 187th cap for his country. You have to wonder, have we seen the last of Lionel Messi? If we have, my goodness me, what a career at international level. He's won it all at club level, he's now won it all at international level. That's not stopping him walking off in tears, which is maybe something that leads me to believe there's maybe more than just this game he's missing. We shall see whether that is the last we see of Lionel Messi in a blue and white Argentina shirt. Let's hope, at least for his sake, if he wants his side to win this game. But that's not the way he would have wanted his tournament to end, as Jefferson Lerma and Lisandro Martinez clash. There's a corner for Colombia in the middle of it. James, beautifully taken by Emi Martinez, and amongst a crowd of bodies, he only had eyes to the ball and came and claimed it. Messi is not in a good way. He appears very emotional on the Argentina bench. As I said, I don't know if that's a case of just because he's sore or he knows his game and tournament is over, or whether he knows it's a bit more than that. Here come Argentina down the left with Gonzalez. He gets it back to Alvarez. That was close. Did immediate impact there from Nicolas Gonzalez. Didn't quite see who the captain's armband went to there with Messi coming off. It's Angel Di Maria, of course it is, his last game. At least there's something there for him. He's going to get the last 25 minutes with the captain's armband. For Lionel Messi, will be hoping his side can do the business without him. He launched the boot on his injured ankle, and Lionel Messi is in floods of tears on the bench, sobbing on the Argentinian bench. And that's surely more than just my ankle sore injury. He maybe knows more than that we do. He perhaps knows that is the curtain down on his international career. It's almost certainly the curtain down his Copa America career. If he's still going strong at 41, well, he might do. We saw Pepe at the Euros for Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo's not far off 40, so who's to say he can't make it? But Lionel Messi, emotional on the Argentina bench. We've played 67 minutes here in Miami. It's still Argentina 0, Colombia 0. Argentina still have plenty of quality out in the pitch, but they are now going missing the little magic man who can just cinch a goal out of nothing. Can Colombia capitalise on that? Ball in there for Rios, who's so strong, Richard Rios, the Palmeiras midfielder. I'm sure he has attracted attention of some sides in Europe. A combative midfielder. Midfield for Colombia, but they can play a bit too, don't be mistaken in that one. There's Nicolas Gonzalez to Di Maria. Alvarez ahead of him. Alvarez takes it off Di Maria's toes and goes down the right hand touchline, cuts it back, and just couldn't find either Di Maria or Gonzalez. And now here come Colombia down the left. Luis Diaz, the ball gets stuck in his feet a little bit, but he keeps it with his captain, James Rodriguez. Already, I say, a hero in Colombian football. We talk about Lionel Messi. What about with the other number 10 now on the pitch, James Rodriguez? Imagine he gets to lift the Copa America. I think they would build the statues of him all over Colombia starting tonight if they did. Here's Luis Diaz, goes past Rodrigo de Paul and handles that one somehow. The referee very sure of it. I'm not quite sure how, but Rafael Klaus gives a knowing nod to Luis Diaz, as Lionel Messi, we see he's now got an iced up ankle and is still emotional. Has not stopped. He's maybe not quite sobbing as he was, but still looking very, very tearful on the Argentina bench. If this is to be the last game for Lionel Messi in the blue and white of Argentina, my goodness, what a career he has had for his country. He's won it all. He's won the Copa America. He's won the World Cup. He wants another one. Can his team go and win it for him here in the last 20 minutes? But if it is to be the last for Messi, farewell to an international football legend. There's Julian Alvarez though, into the box here. Oh, strong tackle. John Arias, I believe, the winger, coming all the way back, will make the challenge. And I'm not quite sure what the referee has given here. It was actually, an apology, it was Gonzalo Montiel who came forward. Arias with a sliding challenge. I think it's actually been a free kick given to Colombia. Arias came sliding in, but Montiel caught the Colombian winger as he slid in, so it's not a corner for Argentina, rather a free kick inside their own box for Colombia. Now Montiel has stayed down after that one, and he's feeling his right knee. The Sevilla man, as I said earlier, spent last season on loan at the City Ground in Nottingham Forest, stayed up by the skin of their teeth despite those financial problems that they had, but unclear whether he'll stay at Estadio Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. But for now he is a Sevilla player. But for now his Copa America final is done on 70 minutes, and he's going to replace by Atletico Madrid's Nahuel Molina. A straight swap at right back there. Montiel off. Seems to be okay, but we did have Lautaro Martinez warming up. We'll see if he returns for the second half, which you can hear live here on Flash Score UK with me, Mark. And now Gonzalo Montiel, but it's a straight swap at right back for Nahuel Molina. Just under 20 minutes to go of normal time. Still here in Miami. It is Argentina 0, Colombia 0. Can somebody find a goal here in the last 20 minutes? This game already delayed by an hour, over an hour and 15 hour and 20 minutes. So the desperate scenes inside and outside Hard Rock Stadium, which you can see all over social media tonight, I'm sure. Scenes that we thought we left in the past, and real serious questions about this tournament, the World Cup coming here in 2 years' time, that I'm sure will be answered. But for now, Mojica with a cross in, it goes all the way to the back post. Arias cuts it back. Cordoba collides with McAllister. Did he foul McAllister? He did. Cordoba has to be careful, of course, already on a booking, but both he and Alexis McAllister have stayed down inside the Argentinian box, and I think Lisandro Martinez is just trying to remind Rafael Klaus that indeed Colombia's big striker John Cordoba is already on a caution. Arias cutting the cross back there as Cordoba got in front of Tagliafico, but it actually looks a fairly nasty one for John Cordoba. His knee sort of went underneath and he stood on the ball, which then I think gives the referee a decision. Well, if he stood on the ball, did Alexis McAllister foul him perhaps? I don't know. I think that's what Colombia are trying to say. Cordoba is back to his feet, thankfully. That could have been a nasty one for the big Krasnodar striker. Rafael Klaus though not even going to go to a VAR check for it. Appears happy that it in fact was a free kick against the attacking side there. Not even going to go to a VAR check for it. Appears happy that it in fact was a free kick. Alexis McAllister, but we are going to get a penalty check here, and as I said, Cordoba, he actually looks like he hurts himself by almost standing the ball and rolling his foot over it, but a very quick penalty check it is, and indeed the free kick goes away of Argentina, so no drama there. Flicked on though, and we're going to have drama here. Last 14 minutes plus stoppage time. Will we be heading to extra time? Every other quarter-final or semi-final that went the 90 minutes level were decided by a penalty shootout. Argentina had won the quarter-final after being pegged back in stoppage time by Ecuador, the only goal they conceded in the whole tournament, but despite Messi missing his first spot kick, they made it through against Ecuador. The only other shootout victory, well actually there was 3 of the 4 quarterfinals secured on penalties. Colombia was the only one that didn't. They hammered Panama 5-0. Argentina had to beat Ecuador in penalties. Uruguay beat Brazil in penalties, and Canada beat Venezuela. So Colombia were the only semi-finalists not to get through by penalties. Lovely ball in behind there. So we laid off for Gonzalez. Oh, he's poked in the corner and Argentina lead. Oh no, they don't. It's offside. Oh, 15 minutes to go. And Argentina thought they had the opener. Nicolas Gonzalez, the man who came on for Lionel Messi. Offside given though. And we shall see now. It's a lovely ball through Menzo Fernandez to Tagliafico, who gets in behind. He cuts it back well. I think in fairness now, he goes against every rule there, Camilo Vargas. He does stop, either hearing a whistle or anticipating one. And that perhaps makes Gonzalez finish easier, but we have had the ball in the net. And Rafael Klaus, I think, is actually going to check it again. He points to his ear to say he's going to get a bit of a check, and no, yes, he's offside. Yep, offside, well given, a good shout by the linesman on the far side, and a goal indeed will be chalked off correctly. And Argentina's wild celebrations stopped in their tracks by the offside flag. Correct offside flag though. Long ball forward, headed out of play there by Sandro Martinez. So just a reminder, as said, that unlike the 3 of the 4 quarterfinals went straight to penalties after 90, if we're still tied after the next 13-14 minutes plus stoppage time, we will have 15 minutes of extra time each way. So both Argentina, Uruguay and Canada all making it through to the semi-finals via penalties, whereas Colombia were breezing past Panama 5-0, although they didn't have things so easy against Uruguay in the semi-final. Jefferson Lerma's solitary goal enough to see them through, despite Daniel Munoz's red card on the stroke of half-time, which means the Crystal Palace man, so key to Colombia, 2 goals from right back in the tournament, misses this game. But Santiago Arias has a great game on the right. Here's the man on his other side, Mojica, tries to get across in, well blocked, and Argentina will come away with it. De Paul was under pressure by Arias, and he does a good job closing down. That's a throw in, and he tries to whip the Colombian crowd up here inside Hard Rock Stadium. It may actually be a strange feeling for Argentina that they may actually feel like the away side here. Usually any game that Argentina play at a major tournament, the blue and white outnumbers whoever they're playing, but I'm pretty sure there's more yellow around Hard Rock Stadium tonight, and they're making plenty of noise. A wonderful atmosphere in this stadium. It's, well, 65,000 capacity. How many people are in it after the disaster before the game, we don't know, but certainly making plenty of noise, making themselves heard no matter who they're supporting. Colombia have themselves a free kick there, a clumsy challenge from Alexis McAllister on John Arias, and James Rodriguez, hands on hips, will get ready to take this free kick around 30 to 35 yards out, roughly in line with the left hand side of the 18-yard box. Colombian fans praying, hopefully someone up there answers their prayers. In comes James' cross, header won in the end by it was Cuesta. Both he and his centre half partner Davinson Sanchez went for it, but in the end it was Carlos Cuesta who got up in between a couple of blue and white shirts and flicked on James' delivery, but could only flick it over the bar. And as many of their set pieces have gone tonight, that one goes to the wayside for Colombia. Christian Romero ended up flattened in the middle of that there, but he seems to be okay. He did take a bit of a blow to his lower abdomen, back of his rib cage early in the game, that he has done again, so seems okay. Maybe one worth looking for as we approach the last 10 minutes of normal time here. Alexis McAllister, overlapping run there. Now ball played down the left touchline for Nicolas Gonzalez, a shoulder to shoulder with Arias, still going. Gonzalez into the box. Gonzalez slips as he came up to Davinson Sanchez, and the ball squirts away into the gloves of Camilo Vargas. Nicolas Gonzalez, that was such a strong run, went shoulder to shoulder with Santiago Arias and sent the Colombian fullback tumbling to the ground. No free kick given, but just as he was approaching from the left hand side of the penalty area, he slipped right in front of the imposing figure of Davinson Sanchez, and Colombia survive. Now Cuesta sends on forward, but that's poor, straight under the chest of Enzo Fernandez on the halfway line. He takes a few steps forward, now looks for Di Maria, but Johan Mojica intercepts well. Now here is again the Colombian fullback to his captain, James Rodriguez, who goes back to Vargas, all in a deep shade of pink. And the Colombian goalkeeper, Emiliano Martinez, the other end in dark green with a bit of yellow on it, perhaps controversial for your goalkeeper to have yellow if you're facing Colombia. Neither side have been able to beat those colourfully clad goalkeepers this evening, not the yellow and red shirts of Colombia nor the blue and white of Argentina, as the ball right under the chest of James, left hand side, in line with the edge of the 18-yard box. Mojica, James, left hand touchline, midway inside the Argentinian half, gets one in there to Arias. Ooh, he wins a free kick. I was about to say claims a free kick, but he wins one. John Arias was caught there from behind by an Argentinian defender. Sandro Martinez, the bulldog-like Manchester United defender, who's just a little bit... It was actually Enzo Fernandez, just Martinez was protesting on his teammates' behalf. But Enzo Fernandez with it a little bit too rambunctious for Rafael Klaus's liking there on John Arias. And in 81 minutes here, Colombia have the free kick. James Rodriguez to take, left footed, just under between 20 and 25 yards from goal, just left of centre. Plenty of prayers being sent up from the Colombian fans here. 82 minutes gone in Miami. His options the edge of the box too. What will he go for? James Rodriguez. Arias is there with him too. He might hit it right footed. Looks like it's going to be James Rodriguez, left footed into the wall. Disappointing in the end. Arias will get to the loose ball and in the end fouls Nicolas Gonzalez, and that's a disappointing waste there for Colombia. Now it's a free kick just on the right hand corner of their own penalty area here for Argentina that Emi Martinez will prepare to send long. He's ushered his defenders to keep striding on up the pitch, so indeed he booms it long. That's a massive kick from the edge of his own box to the far one, flicked on there by Gonzalez looking for Alvarez. He has been really useful since entering the fray, the Fiorentina man Nicolas Gonzalez. There's a ball to nothing there down the left touchline from Colombia, and there's Nahuel Molina wearing the number 26 jersey, the highest jersey possible in these tournaments, 26 men's squad. Atletico Madrid man, he won't care what number he's wearing if he's lifting that trophy at the end of the day. He's certainly stealing a lot of yards here down the right hand touchline. He looks for Di Maria, but easily read by Lerma, who volleys it clear. Diaz up there with Fernandez. A bit of head tennis between those two that eventually Alexis McAllister brings it down under control in the centre circle. And it's out the left hand touchline for Gonzalez. Thought he had given Argentina the lead, but rightfully chalked off for offside. There's Rios. Here come Colombia now on the attack. Diaz goes to ground there. Who did he take out, or was it he taken out? Oh, he is adjudged to have fouled the Argentinian defender Christian Romero there by Rafael Klaus. And Diaz can't believe it. He needs to be careful he doesn't enter Rafael Klaus's notebook. It did look a bit of a 50-50 as James Rodriguez poked the pass through to him. Romero just trying to get his body between Diaz and the ball, and yeah, the Liverpool man has certainly wrestled the Tottenham man to the floor there. offside there as we zoom in on it. Flicked on by Gonzalez, but Alvarez not there, and Vargas can come out and comfortably claim on the edge of the box. We've got 5 minutes plus stoppage time remaining here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. It's Argentina 0, Colombia 0. The 2024 Copa America final delayed by terrible scenes outside the stadium for the first by about an hour 15, hour and 20. And since we got going, this has been a tense and cagey affair from minute 1 and around minute 85. It hasn't really changed much. Nicolas Gonzalez had the ball in the back of the net, but rightfully disallowed for an offside in the build-up. Can Argentina, though, get something? They've no Lionel Messi. Off injured. That looks like it could be a corner unless Mojica can keep it in. No, he can't. So, corner for Argentina. He deflected the pass and then couldn't keep it in despite his best efforts. So Angel Di Maria wearing the captain's armband since Messi's departure in what will be his last appearance in the blue and white, regardless of the result. Lionel Messi certainly got plenty emotional on the touchline. Certainly a lot more teary than when you just hurt yourself. Perhaps, he didn't announce it like Di Maria, but perhaps he knows this could be his last appearance in blue and white. Maybe his last in a Copa America anyway. 37 years old, as John Arias and Alexis McAllister are getting very well acquainted with each other, right in each other's face, whispering sweet nothings, and the referee tells them to cut it out or perhaps save that for after the match. Arias trying to get inside McAllister's head there. Quite funny to watch. McAllister enjoying it too, with a wry smile in the midst of the tension. So it's going to be a left-footed in-swinger from Di Maria all the way to the back post, and Sandro Martinez, ex-Christian Romero, tried to an acrobatic effort to keep it in, but couldn't do so, and that's a waste of a corner for Argentina. This stage of a game, this stage of a final, you can't afford to be just passing up on critical set-piece plays like that. Camilo Vargas rolls the goal kick short to Davinson Sanchez, and much like in the first half as we approach the end of the second half, both players' shirts just sticking to them, clinging to them despite it being it's like 11:15 in the evening local time in Miami. It is still a hot one, still high 70s, low 80s with 100% humidity, as is usually the case in mid-July in South Florida. Now here's a ball out to Molina, right touchline, over halfway. Plays it to Di Maria, who skipped past Luis Diaz and was back to Rodrigo de Paul. Two subs waiting to come on here for Colombia as we approach the end of the 90. One of them is Kevin Castaño, the midfielder. The other is the forward, Rafael Borre. So we shall see what those two can bring in the latter stages, whether they'll be able to squeeze a winner for Colombia or whether they're brought on fresh legs for extra time. We shall see. Di Maria doesn't want extra time. He gets across to Gonzalez. Oh, it nearly dropped in the corner. Julian Alvarez was throwing himself at it too, but it just drops wide to the far post. A wonderful ball to the back post by Angel Di Maria, and there was Nicolas Gonzalez again. He has been a real thorn in the Colombian side since replacing Lionel Messi around 20 minutes ago. He nodded that back across goal, and Alvarez was just a couple of steps behind it, but it actually nearly dropped in regardless. And the Fiorentina man has been an excellent introduction, so we're going to see Kevin Castaño. He's going to come on and replace Richard Rios, who had an excellent game in midfield, an absolute terrier in there alongside Jefferson Lerma. A really tough ball playing midfield that Colombia have. It's really helped them get this far, but he's run his course, ran himself into the ground really. He's certainly taking his time coming off. So that's Kevin Castaño, who is on for Rios. And Rios, well, you'd think Colombia are 1-0 up the way. Rios is taking his time. He's taking his shin guards off and all before being subbed off, and in the meantime he's been lapped, I think, there by John Cordoba, who is the other man off for Rafael Borre. Fairly like for like change there. Borre is a big strong forward. Cordoba, another man who has put himself about this evening with not much by way of return for it other than a booking in the first half, but he's certainly been a threat for that Argentinian defence as we approach the final minute of the 90 here at Hard Rock Stadium. And unless there's some late drama here, we're headed for 30 more minutes and perhaps penalties, as Rafael Borges straight in there with the foul on Nicola Tagliafico as the ball came long forward for him. It's actually the first subs that Néstor Lorenzo has made. He waited till the 88th minute to make them. It's a brave call in the heat, in a final, the tension of a final, and of course all the delays and things. Some players' legs, I'm sure, were tired, but his side have given their all for him. They might have to give their all for another 30 minutes. We shall see. We'll see in a moment just what sort of added time Rafael Klaus wants at the end of this one. He's given a free kick to Colombia right on the halfway line on the right hand side. Nicolas Gonzalez involved again. Excuse me, we're ticking into the 90, so we shall see now what does our fourth official out of 4. So after 1 at the end of the first half, we've got 4 at the end here tonight. Can somebody find the back of the net, send their nation, their fans home happy? Oh dear, it's been given away by Mojico in the middle of it all. Di Maria stumbles, Vargas comes out, great challenge by Cuesta, bails out Johan Mojica. His clearance blocked by Rodrigo de Paul into the path of Angel Di Maria, but he slipped, couldn't get a shot away, and Carlos Cuesta bailed him out. But here comes Enzo Fernandez now. Argentina maybe don't want extra time. All of a sudden a bit of urgency in extra time, or out of time, sorry. Gonzalez to the back post, Mojico heads it away above Angel Di Maria, and there's Rafael Borre, the man playing up front, but back doing a bit of defensive work there. Will clear left footed away from Rodrigo de Paul. So clearance out for a throw in, and another one straight by Noel Molina. Just over a minute into the 4 added on. Molina throws back to Romero, midway inside the Colombian half. Argentina look like they're going to finish the 90 at least on top here. Header won by Gonzalez of Arias, but through a Lerma, well, he took the ball under control but was under pressure by Julian Alvarez and just booted it straight out for a corner. Couldn't get it up the pitch or away for a throw in, so corner kick it is, as Nicolas Gonzalez, he's only runs in 65 minutes and even his shirt's sticking to him with sweat. He's been involved so much. Had the ball in the net, rolled out for offside, had a header drop just wide. Has been a thorn in the Colombian side ever since coming on, but as we hit the 50% mark of the 4 minutes added on here, it's going to be Angel Di Maria to deliver a left-footed out swinger. He scored in the last 2 final victories. Can he set up a winner here in his final game? Headed back by Romero, and the strike is over from it's Nicolas Gonzalez again. He was in there, and the ball into the back post. Header well won by Christian Romero, peeling away. And Gonzalez, he had time. He just couldn't get his body sorted and leaning back, and he spoons it well over the bar. That's a massive chance to win it in stoppage time. I didn't think it was as big a chance as that initially, but Gonzalez, who has been excellent since replacing Lionel Messi, arguably, whisper it quietly, has done more in the 25 minutes since replacing Messi that Messi did in the whole 65 he was on. But anyway, Gonzalez, Lerma heads it back for Colombia. Diaz is absolutely flattened there by Lisandro Martinez. Play on though, says the referee. Di Maria down the right hand side into the last minute of the 4. Chips over the top looking for Alvarez. Cuesta slips but still does a good job of getting in the way. Now Arias to Lerma on the edge of his own box. Now James, Cuesta and Sanchez on the edge of their own box. Maybe we are destined for extra time here in Miami. Just over 30 seconds of the 4 minutes left, and Colombia are quite happy to roll the ball around inside their own half. James to Cuesta, now Mojico on left back there. Actually he's going to go. He's going to give it one more go here perhaps. Johan Mojica, he's going to run all the way to the corner. Great gas, but the ball's just going to beat him there, and he goes shoulder to shoulder with Christian Romero, and well, you're always going to come out worse than that there, but fair play to Johan Mojica in the dying embers of this one. He's still willing to bomb forward. Great legs, great energy in this heat, in this final, when most legs are sapped. It looks like we are heading for extra time, because Argentina now have it and rolling it around the back, and we have hit minute 94, and we have another half hour to go to decide who will win the 2024 Copa America. Stick with me, Mark Strange. by Rafael Klaus. And Diaz can't believe it, he needs to be careful he doesn't enter Rafael Klaus's notebook. It did look a bit of a 50-50 as James Rodriguez poked to decide who will win the 2024 Copa America. Stick with me, Mark Strange, live on Flash Score UK for another 30 minutes of Argentina 0, Colombia 0 to decide the 2020. Enter Rafael Klaus's notebook. It did look a bit of a 50-50 as James Rodriguez Copa America title, and after Argentina's number 10 Lionel Messi was forced off on 65 minutes with what looks like an ankle injury, a tearful and emotional Lionel Messi as he sat on the bench. Well, Colombia's number 10 captain playmaker is also off as we start extra time. No suggestion that he's injured, but he is off at the start of this extra time for the burly attacking midfielder Juan Quintero, who actually plays his club football in Argentina for Racing Club. It would be quite the moment if he were to come up with an extra time winner, but we're Argentina on the attack. Mojico trying to let that one run, and he does well to hold off Molina and let it run for a goal kick. As we have just had a look. Camera panned over there to the bench at Lionel Messi. Got a look at his right ankle, and it is swollen. He got a knock on it in the first half from Santiago Arias that he seemed able to run off, but then those ones you never like to see when a player goes down under no contact from anybody. He was actually trying to chase down Luis Diaz and appeared to roll his ankle. Now, whether that's just unfortunate or there's been a lot of criticism of the surface and the turf here at the Copa America. A lot of these stadiums say are American football stadiums by trade, and they've brought in turf for the tournament. You can actually see where they've been ruled out here. I don't know whether it's just unfortunate regardless of the turf, or whether he's actually ruled it on a poor piece of grass, but he was in floods of tears. We know that regardless of the result, this is Angel Di Maria's last game for Argentina. He took the captain's armband off Messi when he went to the bench. Perhaps Lionel Messi knows something that we don't about his international future. He'll be hoping that the team out there can do the job for him and help him secure, him and the country secure, back-to-back Copa Americas with a World Cup sandwich in between. Nobody has ever done that, not even some of the great Argentina or Brazil sides of the past. Colombia looking for just a second ever Copa America. This would be Argentina's 16th if they were to win it. Their 30th final already. Colombia only been in 2 finals, winning on home soil in 2001. Only runner up to Peru way back in 1975. Apologies, no need for the way that was a bit harsh, but back in 1975. As Colombia come forward, here's Borre, one of the late subs in normal time. Quintero with his first touch, he'll roll it out to another sub in Castaño. Right hand side, it looks for Arias, but asking a bit much of the right back. Perhaps Castaño with fresher legs than Arias, thinking he should have caught that, but out for a throw in. Flicked on by McAllister, and it'll be chased all the way back for Davinson Sanchez on the edge of his own box. Here's Carlos Cuesta. The two of them have made a really solid centre half partnership. Only Paraguay and Brazil in the group stages getting solitary goals off them. As I mentioned, Colombia, the only semi-finalists that didn't need a shootout in the quarter-finals. They breezed past Panama 5-0, and well, it was certainly a lot less simple in the semi-finals, but it's solid defence enough. I mean, Jefferson Lerma's goals enough, and ball over the top looking for Borre, and Martinez out there quickly and had to beat. Just what I say, Jefferson Lerma's goal in the semi-final as the Crystal Palace midfielder there hooked one over the top for the late normal time sub there, Rafael Borre, but Martinez alerted to it. Diaz looked to have been fouled there. No fouled by Lisandro Martinez, and that Liverpool-Manchester United rivalry again there. And that's with Nicolas Gonzalez, a Fiorentina man who replaced Lionel Messi but has been really busy since doing so. Actually had the ball in the net but disallowed rightly for offside, and also had a header drop just wide of Camilo Vargas's goal. So certainly perhaps taking Messi off on 65 wasn't in the plans, I would imagine, for Lionel Scaloni, but it's turned out okay for him. And now Camilo Vargas will pick one up at the back post here for Colombia. Now they come forward down the left with Johan Mojica back inside to Lerma. His new midfield partner beside him, Kevin Castaño, after replacing Industrious Richard Real. Here's Mojica still running. Gets a left foot cross into the back post, away by Martinez, and Lerma has to win the header above Julian Alvarez, who's had a quiet evening, it has to be said, the Manchester City forward. Referred again as he was in the semi-final of the tournament's top scorer, Lautaro Martinez, who you think may well see as we go deeper into extra time. It's a throw into Colombia just outside the 18-yard box on the right hand side. Santiago Arias playing tonight at right back in place of the suspended Daniel Munoz, who was sent off in that semi-final. We want to see a sub here, not sure for who. As we hit the 6-minute mark, so we're just almost halfway of this first half of extra time. We'll see a double sub actually, well, triple sub, my apologies. So the first one, we'll see Leandro Paredes of Roma, he's on for Giovanni Lo Celso. Sorry, he's on for Alexis McAllister. And there is that man, as if by magic. Lionel Scaloni must have a direct line to me. Lautaro Martinez is on as well. He's on for Julian Alvarez, straight swap up front. So, and McAllister is off for Paredes, and we'll see who the Tottenham man Giovanni Lo Celso is on for momentarily. It's going to be Enzo Fernandez. So just to recap, Julian Alvarez, Alexis McAllister and Enzo Fernandez all off here. 6 minutes into extra time. Lautaro Martinez, Leandro Paredes and Giovanni Lo Celso are on. Santiago Arias still with ball in hand, waiting to take this throw in as Lionel Scaloni empties his bench here in extra time. He does have another extra sub he can use here in extra time if he wants. There's a long range strike hit there by Quintero, but easily blocked by the blue and white shirt. Now Lautaro Martinez, welcome to the game. Lautaro Martinez was bumped off that one by Lerma. Nice with Sanchez given away though. Di Maria to Martinez. Oh, he's a man over and he uses him. It's Lo Celso, but well in there is Quintero. But free kick to Argentina. Immediately those subs, Martinez and Lo Celso combining there and causing Colombia some problems. And Martinez, as he flicked that one on, was, well, unceremoniously taken out of the game by Davinson Sanchez, who incidentally, by the way, has been wearing the captain's armband for Los Cafeteros since James Rodriguez's withdrawal at the beginning of this extra time. So it's the two blonde haired men here now. Rodrigo de Paul is joined on the pitch by Leandro Paredes, also bleached blonde hair. Paredes plays into the back post. There's a couple of bodies down in the ground there. Mojica and Martinez, Lautaro version that is, go for that one. That's come off the Argentinian man, out for a goal kick. So another set piece wasted, as so many have been for both sides in this game. Camilo Vargas all in deep pink. Then Martinez the other end in green with a bit of yellow. I mentioned a bit of controversy there, wearing some yellow with Colombia here. Both sides in their home strips. Some of the most famous colours in world football, Colombia, with those yellow shirts, red trim, navy blue shorts and red socks, Argentina. The most instantly recognisable of light blue and white striped shirts, white shorts and white socks. As there's a free kick given there to Argentina from that Colombian goal kick for a fouling. Is by Bora on Paredes. 99 minutes gone, 6 minutes left here in this first half of extra time. And if we have no winner, we will go to penalties. Every other knockout game that was tied after 90 went straight to penalties, but the rules different for the final. I'd say the 3 of the 4 quarterfinals, other than Colombia's, went straight to penalties, including Argentina, who looked like they were going to squeeze through against Ecuador, but were pegged back in extra time. And then Lionel Messi missed his first penalty, but Henry Martinez, doing as he did so often for Aston Villa this season and has done for Argentina before, coming up trumps in the shootout. Now here's Tagliafico, left footed delivery, nobody in blue and white there, but a Colombian defence, bit of a mix up, and we'll make it to the far side for Di Maria to pick it up. He delivers to the back post, super ball, back across goal, and well held by Camilo Vargas as Tagliafico arrived at the back post and tried to nod that across. The Leon fullback is lying down hurt behind the goal line though, so Rafael Klaus has absolutely no prerogative to stop play, and Tagliafico is now limping his way back on. And another Argentinian is down on halfway. I think is it Lautaro Martinez? No, it's Nahuel Molina, actually lying down on the halfway line. And there's Kevin Castaño there for Colombia, looking slightly sheepish. So I don't know if they've come together. Yeah, sort of. It's the two of them have gone for a bit of 50-50, and well, Molina's holding his face, and from what I can see, he gets a bit of a hand in the chest from Castaño. So nothing worth writing home about there, and I feel that perhaps Nahuel Molina trying to win one over the referee, not doing so though. So Colombia will get going again from their own penalty area. They send it long. Cuesta. Now here's John Arias, a space here in the edge of the box, hits one, big deflection, but despite diving, the deflection took the shot, so much sting out of it, looped it so high up in the air that Emi Martinez could get to it. And now I think it came off for both Argentinian centre halves, Lisandro Martinez and Christian Romero, on the ground. I'm not sure which one of them it came off, but I say Emi Martinez actually dived for it. It came off actually the leg of Christian Romero, but the two of them threw themselves out with such vigour they collided with each other. And despite diving the wrong way, thankfully for Emi Martinez, the deflection took enough sting out of it and looped it high up in the air that he was able to recover and gather. There's Molina down the right touchline looking for Di Maria, but wait for an Argentina throw, took a touch on the way through. 3 minutes of this first half of extra time remaining. There's Molina. Back to Romero and Paredes, midway inside his own half, Leandro Paredes. Right. Lisandro Martinez, a warrior for Manchester United. He a bit of an injury scare earlier, but recovered fine, and Erik Ten Hag and all Manchester United fans are hoping to get more of a full season from him. You could notably see how much the team improved with him at the back. Missed a big chunk of last season though. Here's DePaul. Ooh, and he gets the pass away. Slipped by Lo Celso. It comes back to Lo Celso, but the Colombian players, there's enough of them around there to get it away, and there's actually been an advantage played to Colombia. They come away. Here's Castaño now in the centre circle. It's away from Lo Celso. Lerma holding off the challenge of DePaul, and hurdles a rather rash sliding challenge there from Lo Celso, and then is eventually brought down by Leandro Paredes. So a couple of Argentinian players had a bite at Jefferson Lerma, and eventually it was the Roma man Leandro Paredes who brought him to ground. And Colombia be the ones that got a goal. Mojica, that's a super ball, but what a header by Lisandro Martinez up above Luis Diaz. Johan Mojica has had a super tournament and a super night. He has a great engine up and down that left side as Luis Diaz tries to whip up the Colombian crowd. Wonderful, wonderful clearing header by Lisandro Martinez. Just textbook, but it is at the concession of a corner that Juan Quintero is going to take, a left-footed in swinger. Whips it right in top of the keeper, who again, despite being surrounded by yellow shirts, Emi Martinez grasps it no problem. Lerma bouncing up and down in front of him, stopping him from releasing it quickly. We'll bowl it down the right to DePaul. Now away goes Giovanni Lo Celso, and was he fouled there by Lerma? No, play on. The collision of the two midfielders. Argentina cry foul, but nothing doing, says Rafael Klaus. So now Colombia on the attack down the right hand side. Good footwork, good challenge by Paredes. Breaks for Arias. Paredes, another strong challenge. This game is getting really feisty the later we go into it. It has not exactly been much quality in either attack, but my goodness, it's been passionate. Another challenge by Cuesta, this time on Lo Celso. He's getting a bit of a kicking and feels he's not getting the support from the referee. About to hit 105. If there's going to be much, if any, added time at the end of this first period, doesn't look like it. We've hit 105. The ball's back at the feet of Camilo Vargas on the edge of his own box. There is going to be 1 minute added on. We're into that now. Here's Arias. Borre looks for Quintero, but only picks out Nicolas Gonzalez, and that's a foul there now. Argentina do get a free kick midway inside their own half that will ease the pressure and will probably just about bring the first period of extra time to a close with no further goals, but they're going to give it one more shot. Paredes to DePaul on halfway. Here's Martinez, Lautaro Martinez, Tournament's top scorer, challenging him by Arias, and Sanchez comes away. A lovely flick by Quintero, lovely bit of skill. Now on the right hand side for Diaz. Diaz still going. Diaz stays on his feet. Oh, good challenge. And away they go, Argentina. I just thought Luis Diaz might have his dancing shoes on him and in and out the Argentinian defence, but not so. Angel Di Maria happy to let time run out, and well, we have hit the end of the first period of extra time. We've had 105 minutes played in this Copa America final, and we still are no closer to a winner. 15 more minutes for either side to find one after a brief break here. Or else we're going to penalties. I'll be back with you very shortly. Stick with me. Just a couple of moments break for the players to get a breather, me to get a breather and a glass of water, and I'll be back with you. couldn't pick the lock. That triple subs goes to Luis Diaz, John Arias and Jefferson Lerma, all withdrawn. Coming on their place then Miguel Borja, Jorge Carrascal and Matias Uribe. So that's the triple sub for Colombia. All three of their subs used now in extra time. Ahead of the last 15 minutes, as the Argentina, Lionel Scaloni still has one up his sleeve. Just confirmed then. Coming off Luis Diaz, John Arias and Jefferson Lerma. Coming on then Miguel Borja, Jorge Carrascal, then Matias Uribe. 15 minutes for somebody to get a winner, or else we are going to penalties. Argentina, as I said, have already won one in this tournament. They had to beat Ecuador in the quarter-final by penalties. Colombia haven't yet. Long ball forward, knocked down there and are ready. Colombia are on the attack here. Quintero, Carrascal, first touch is a shot, pass, cross, not sure what it was, but there it was. Jorge Carrascal, it bobbles through and wide of Emi Martinez's goal. So it's almost midnight. It will go midnight before the end of extra time here, local time in Miami. After the delayed kickoff all the way until nearly, it was about 9:20 local time the time we get underway. Long ball forward here looking for Nicolas Gonzalez, but it's going to be too long and Sanchez and Arias squeeze him out anyway, so goal kick to Colombia. So Lionel Messi has been off since about the 65th minute. Gonzalez is the man who replaced him. Got a bit of a knock at the end of the first half, which he seemed to be able to run off, and then twisted his right ankle badly in this, well, rather substandard in parts turf at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Rolled the ankle, which looks like a beach ball. As they zoomed in on it on the bench, and tears on the bench when he was removed. We already know Angel Di Maria's is his last game regardless of the result. Will it be Lionel Messi's? We shall see, but his side of about 13 minutes of extra time or penalties to try and do an unprecedented Copa, World Cup Copa. Nobody's ever done it before. Here they come. Di Maria, oh, he put it into the back post where Lautaro Martinez threw himself at it and just couldn't get the touch on it. The tournament's top scorer, Lautaro Martinez, despite having scored 4 of Argentina's 5 group stage goals. Julian Alvarez has been preferred to him to start both the semi-final and final. Angel Di Maria, he scored the only goal in the 2021 final victory over Brazil, and was also on the score sheet in that thrilling World Cup final victory in Qatar in 2022 over France. And he almost turned provider for an extra time opener here in Miami. There's DePaul, shanks out one badly, and Mojica cleared away. Arias forward and away again, this time by Lisandro Martinez, as Gonzalez can't keep it in, and the Argentinian left throw in to Colombia on the right, on the halfway line. Both sides a booking each, but both of those players have been booked, are off. 17 fouls to Colombia to 7 Argentina, 16 Colombian shots to 10 Argentina, but Argentina have one more shot on target, 5-4, but the main stat that matters is 0-0. Argentina still one sub left. Colombia emptying their bench at half time here in extra time. Oh, and there's a ball in behind here for Borja. One of those subs. Oh, and what a sliding challenge by Lisandro Martinez on Miguel Borja as he tried to slot home a winner there. Lovely flick. 2 subs combining. Jorge Carrascal put the big forward Borja in, and that's just a superbly timed sliding challenge from Lisandro Martinez. Puts it out for a corner to Colombia. Juan Quintero, the man who replaced the captain and talisman James Rodriguez at the beginning of extra time. Colombia, as they had more corners too, and it comes now, and it's flicked on by Sanchez, but nobody in yellow can get to it. Will Borja keep it in? No, he can't. It will beat him to the touchline, and into the Argentinian bench it goes, and it's actually going to be a throw into Colombia anyway, so Borja has ball in hand, but we'll leave it for Arias, the man who the only change from either side in the semi-final, in for the suspended Daniel Munoz. Castaño gets into the corner, and did he win one? He has. Another corner for Colombia on 110 minutes here. 10 minutes plus of extra time to go here. Nerves are shot all around Hard Rock Stadium. It's been a tumultuous night in this stadium here in Miami, South Florida. Is there going to be late drama? Good challenge there from Di Maria on Carrascal. Puts out for a throw in, so Colombia don't even get the ball into the box, but they do have a throw in. Arias will take around 15 yards from the byline. Goes back to Quintero. As I mentioned, plays his club football in Argentina with Racing Club. Cuesta. Good challenge on him, and away come Argentina. Down the right hand touchline. There's pace in there from Molina. Cuesta, though, still running, and super work by Carlos Cuesta. Gets a little lucky deflection, but he'll clear it. That's a dreadful pass there across the edge of his own box, but Owen Quintero has given it away. Lautaro Martinez, and there's Cuesta again. Just one poor pass to another there, almost cost Colombia, but Carlos Cuesta has been immense all night, and he clears. Paredes, nice touch on from Lo Celso. Lautaro Martinez is in for the win. Oh, he scored! Lautaro Martinez, the tournament's top scorer, has won it surely for Argentina. What a tournament for the Interman, and in the 112th minute he has scored what will surely be the winner in Miami. It's Argentina 1, it's Colombia 0. It's taken 112 minutes, but the defending champions lead. Can they hold on to that lead? They still have one sub up their sleeve, but Lautaro Martinez, with his 5th goal of the tournament, not started in either the semi-final or final by Lionel Scaloni, but he repays the faith of putting him on, and the Inter captain all started with a wonderful sliding challenge by Leandro Paredes to stop a Colombian counter-attack. He got it back, played it into Lo Celso, first time ball. For the first time tonight, really, you could say the Colombian defence opened up. Cuesta looked a bit tired in the legs compared to Martinez, who was fresh at the beginning of extra time, and he buries it past the on-rushing Camilo Vargas. Colombia have 7 minutes to respond, otherwise the trophy is going back to Buenos Aires tonight. A wonderful finish from Lautaro Martinez as parts of the Hard Rock Stadium erupt. Parts of Hard Rock Stadium are devastated. And Lautaro Martinez goes over to the touchline to hug that man, Lionel Messi. His 5th goal in the tournament, his 3rd as a substitute. What a super sub performance from Lautaro Martinez. And his goal late in extra time here, just before the clock strikes midnight in Miami. Well, it's like Cinderella going to the ball. Argentina get the goal before midnight, just before the stroke of midnight, and they've got 7 minutes of extra time to hold on. It looked as though we might be going to penalties. Perhaps now not so, but Colombia will still have something to say about that. There's a ball forward for Borre. Oh, and it looked like a foul there, but nothing given. That's a foul. Miguel Borja, and that's all kicking off here all of a sudden. And tempers have flared now all of a sudden. Miguel Borja bars Leandro Paredes to the ground. Lisandro Martinez is on the ground too. And really, for the first time tonight, it took for a goal for tempers to flare either side. And it's come from the big forward Miguel Borja, brought on at half time of extra time, who has, well, he sent Lisandro Martinez crashing to the turf. He's now got spitting blood out, so he's clearly caught him in the mouth. So Rafael Klaus, our Brazilian referee, who's had a good game this evening, I have to say, he's going to call Borja over. And it is, I believe, going to caution the big man. Initially it was Borja. It was actually Leandro Paredes who he barged over, so I'm not sure how Lisandro Martinez got a cut lip. But as it is, Miguel Borja gets a booking. Not sure if any Argentinian players will get one for the bit of a scuffle. Well, actually, there's how he got it. Miguel Borja just squaring up to Lisandro Martinez and giving a little dunt. That sent the tough as nails Manchester United defender tumbling to the turf. 5 minutes of extra time remaining here in Miami. Lautaro Martinez, super sub, his 5th goal of the tournament, 3rd as a sub, tournament top scorer, and he may well have just scored the winner. Now we are going to see that last Argentina sub used, and it's going to be experienced defender Nicolas Otamendi, who's going to be introduced by Lionel Scaloni here. And you might think they might want to take an attacker off, but he might just go like for like. If Lisandro Martinez has been roughed up a little there by Miguel Borja. No, and it's going to be Angel Di Maria. They're going to give Di Maria a standing ovation here in his last game as an Argentina player. The Argentina fans are going wild here. They lead 1-0, and now they're going to get a chance to serenade one of their greatest ever, Angel Di Maria. Perhaps unfortunate to be, in a way, to be playing alongside Lionel Messi, so that he didn't quite get the recognition he deserved, but also a tearful Di Maria bids farewell. A hug from Lisandro Martinez on the way off, a kiss on the forehead. We saw Messi in tears earlier coming off, and now we see Angel Di Maria in tears as he passes the armband to Nicolas Otamendi, another man who perhaps this could well be a last appearance in blue and white. The former Manchester City defender Di Maria. It's an emotional Angel Di Maria, the final sub of the night for Argentina, as Nicolas Otamendi is on just to shore things up at the back, and he'll be the 3rd man to wear the armband tonight for Argentina, as Emi Martinez, after that scuffle, will take a free kick right in the edge of his own box. Sends it long up the field. There's Lautaro Martinez in the corner. Was he fouled by Davinson Sanchez? No. And Sanchez clears away. Paredes nods it out for a throw in. It's actually gone further up the line. I think there might actually be a Argentina through. That Colombian clearance may well have gone out, as we see a lovely moment there, an embrace between Lionel Messi and Angel Di Maria. We know one of them won't be in blue and white again, will the other? Ooh, and Nicolas Gonzalez almost in there on Vargas. You nearly say he deserves a goal. He's been excellent since replacing Lionel Messi. He's played nearly as long as him now. Ooh, and a sliding tackle there. Things are getting a bit touchy in the midfield. Argentina getting very bitty, trying to stop Colombia from playing quickly, and Rafael Klaus acknowledges that and gives the booking, I think, to Giovanni Lo Celso. Not quite sure. He just sort of flat. The end of the first period of extra time. We've had 105 minutes played in this Copa America final, and we still are no closer to a winner. 15 more minutes for either side to find one after a brief break with Uribe out to Mojica. Ball played into the back post. Martinez comes and jumps above Rafael Borja and takes that one and gets a big pat in the back from Nicolas Gonzalez in the process. It was indeed Lo Celso booked. Not that he'll care if in 90 seconds his side are going to be crowned Copa America champions back to back, 16th time champions, and do the Copa, World Cup, Copa trio. What a shot that is of Emi Martinez gliding through the now early morning Miami sky. Let's take a real claim, Emi Martinez, to be the one of, if not the best goalkeeper in the world. He's been in goal for all 3 of these successes, been critical in many of them. Not wanted by Arsenal at the time, picked up by Aston Villa, has been part of their wonderful rise up the table, and has been Lionel Scaloni's number 1 for the past 4 years of unprecedented success. And he's certainly done his job this tournament, and again tonight. Argentina so far conceding just 1 goal in the whole tournament. Instead, that was the last minute equaliser from Ecuador in the quarter final, but he made up for it by making 2 saves But now here come Colombia, long range effort from Uribe, and that's disappointing. With 30 seconds of normal time and extra time to go, Matheus Uribe has probably wasted what may well be Argentina or Colombia's best chances. Miguel Borja goes and takes the ball off the ball boy as Rafael Klaus just tells Emi Martinez, let's not get funny here, let's get this ball up the pitch. Emi Martinez, a real character. Let's say he's got a blue and white stripe shaved in the side of his head as he places the ball. It will tick over 120. What added? We'll have 2 added minutes here. 2 added minutes for Argentina to cling on for back-to-back Copa America final victories, both of them by a goal to nil at this rate. The header won by Sanchez. Maybe it'll be more. Lautaro Martinez is in. Can he get a 6th of the tournament? No, he's just squeezed out between Uribe and Arias. He's going to try and stop Vargas from playing a quick ball, but he'll find Carrascal. Under the left touchline for Mojica. What a tournament he's had. What a night he's had. He has incredible engine up and down the left side. Johan Mojica. Colombia approaching the penalty area. Well intercepted. Rodrigo de Paul. And blasted downfield. It'll take 1 bounce into the gloves of Vargas. A minute of added time at the end of extra time to go. And then Argentina will be your Copa America champions for 2024. An evening that started off so horrifically off the pitch involved Argentinian players having to go and rescue their families from the crowd stuck outside the ground. They may well have just gone and won it for their country, for their families, as now Lautaro Martinez puts Uribe under pressure, but he will poke the ball forward, keeps it alive for Colombia. Long ball forward. What a header won there by Nicolas Gonzalez, who bounces off the ground like a rubber ball. Ball booted down the other end by Montiel. Sorry, by Molina. Montiel was replaced by Molina. Bomb back in there. One more chance. Borja wins the header. Flicked away and away again by Tagliafico. Not totally gone. Borja's in there. It's going to drop for Sanchez. Cuesta. Both centre halves are up, but it's going to fall into the gloves of Emi Martinez. Colombia are looking for something. I'm not sure what. There's yellow shirted players, blue and white on the ground. Emi Martinez is lying on the ball, looking up at the referee, saying, "We can't have long left, referee." And indeed, that has hit minute 122. Colombia threw every man forward at the end, but ultimately it's not going to be enough. Lautaro Martinez's goal in the 112th minute is going to be enough for Argentina to win back-to-back Copa Americas with a World Cup sandwiched in between. Lionel Messi subbed off injured on 65 minutes. They've done it without him. They've done it without the need for penalties. Lautaro Martinez is... I'm not sure what's going on here. Bit of a farce here at the end. Colombia, I think we're looking for a foul. There never was one. If anything, I think the referee may well have given a foul against Colombia. We've got a minute over the 2 added on. Rafael Borja pleading his case, as is Miguel Borja. Rafael Klaus telling everyone to leave. Let's see what they're claiming for here. Is it a hand? Oh, it's a super header by Martinez. Lisandro Martinez gets up ahead of, I think it's Carlos Cuesta. They're claiming he used a hand. He didn't. Just flicked his head at it. And the stadium is rocking. The Argentinian fans are making plenty of noise. So it's a bit of a farcical end to this one here. Miguel Borja already on a booking, might end up getting himself sent off right at the end here. I don't really know what the referee is doing here, why it's taken so long to get the game restarted, and I would say ultimately ended at this next restart. Referee sending players away. Emi Martinez saying, "Any chance, referee?" The clock's hit 124. We've had double the amount of added time. The ball just dropped to the feet of Martinez. He picks it up, and he'll surely send this ball into the early morning Miami sky, and that will do us. Does. And it does. Argentina are champions again. They've done the unthinkable. Back-to-back Copas with a World Cup sandwiched in between. A late Lautaro Martinez goal in extra time wins it for them. Lionel Messi subbed off in 65 minutes, but his boys have gone and done it. A night that started off so horrifically off the field has ended beautifully on it for Argentina. I've been Mark Strange here for Flash Score UK. Thanks for joining me here this evening. It's finished at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The 2024 Copa America final. Argentina 1, Colombia 0. Argentina